we have to go. Come on.
Chris, we only got 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
Wow, well, you may be wondering what you just saw, and we're so excited to let you in on something that's been happening for literally years, where thousands of youth students gather together from all over the country to celebrate what God is doing through the arts.
But before we get into that, let's introduce ourselves. So you might recognize Christian recording artist, Phil Stacey. So Phil Stacey is a finalist from American Idol's 6th season, and Phil has performed on Ellen, The Tonight Show, and toured with artists like Michael W. Smith and Natalie Grant.
Well, thank you. And Alexis Slifer has been performing most of her life. At 12 years old, she joined the ministry of I Shine, where she toured for 8 years and was featured on Radio Disney. She also starred on the I Shine Connect television show and is releasing her debut album this fall.
So throughout history, the arts have been influential in engaging and shaping culture.
And over the next hour, we're going to explore this as well as recognize people who are using their God-given talents to reflect Christ as they help shape today's culture.
We are called to have creativity. Genesis 1:27 tells us, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. We bear the image of God, and the same creativity he possesses, he has instilled in his people.
I fully believe in the premise that the creative aspects of God are lived out in our daily lives. It's so very important for me as a professor to help students to understand that there is something much larger than themselves, and that the art that they are studying, the art that has been given to them by the hand of God, is really so much in that image of who we are in our relationship to Jesus Christ and how we relate to the world.
I feel like all artists over time, whether it be prehistoric artists, medieval times, all the way up to modern times, poets, literature writers, anything that I can think of that I consider to be arts is truly a part of this huge idea called the creative process. Creative process truly does emanate from God himself.
We are also called to be culture makers and to reflect the character of God as we make something of the world. Throughout history, the church has recognized this, playing an important role in engaging and shaping culture through the arts. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Bach, Handel, even Mozart and Beethoven recognized that art could be brought together to bring glory to God.
Historically, the church has always been on the cutting edge of creating culture through the arts. I believe we can look back to composers such as Camille Saint-Saëns. He believed that the music of the church should be accessible and yet embrace the artistic value and the excellence of music.
It's my belief that we would not have music and art the way we have that today without the Catholic Church. The basic idea of a Catholic church is built on a Roman cross. So as you come into any of these early churches, You're coming in at the foot of the cross, and then you're walking up into that church, and typically where that intersects is the altar. And that would be like where Jesus' heart would be. So it's all completely symbolic, and it's very powerful. And they start doing this thing called chanting. The Catholic Church starts to go, hey, that's a cool idea. We want to organize our music. These monks are starting to get serious about how they can codify that. How can they write that down? So that took a long time to really bring this into something that we think of as standard music.
Over time, accessibility became a priority, and beliefs and values were compromised in order to stay relevant. In today's culture, what is most popular is not linked with the church. Art develops as a result of the culture. In today's culture, people value style over substance and image over reality. Today more than ever, these artistic expressions satisfy our immediate wants and parallels the secular culture. They reflect how captivated people are with simply consuming and copying cultural goods.
I believe that we're faced with a challenge today because of the incredible amounts of information that come to us on not just a daily basis, but minute by minute. The great author, Marva Dawn, she asked the question, does the church create the culture, or has the culture created the church?
And so even in modern times, we have all this self-expression, but really, where is God in it?
Are we seeking the gift, or are we seeking the giver of the gift? And when we seek the giver of the gift, then we understand how valued art can be in helping congregations and communities to understand the gospel of Jesus Christ.
So to dig into our culture today, we have to be more excellent than any other form of music or any other form of art. We have to be above what the modernist artists are presenting today, because that's how we're going to get noticed.
We have an opportunity and a responsibility to be at the forefront of using our gift to help create the culture of compassion and acceptance and love. We need to question ourselves for why we do what we do, and how do the arts fit in to that particular culture that we find ourselves in today.
So how do we get back to the church leading the way in engaging, creating, and shaping culture through the arts?
We'll be right back after this short break.
People call me Nails because they say I'm tough as nails. But I'll tell you, I haven't been tough enough to beat spit tobacco. I've tried, and I'm going to keep trying until I win. But until then, do both of us a favor. Copy my hustle, copy my desire, but please don't copy my tobacco use.
Just play the game!
Message furnished by Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association.